that was awful. We were like 4+ hours in the dark because in my room we don't have any windows, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's black box theater. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. And I think I had a whole group of 6th graders then, and luckily I was able to round up some Chromebooks and people could be on them. Otherwise we'd just be staring at each other in the dark.
Okay, next question. What supplies do you think you need for power outage?
Flashlights.
So, what equipment, how do you feel when we're making the kits for the school power outage thing?
What kits?
Yeah.
That sounds exciting. What kits are you making? Like flashlights?
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're probably going to be doing extra lights in case the power outage go out again. Might go out.
That would be awesome. I'd really appreciate that. Simon, we can play Energizer games and community building games all day. But when it's dark, it's awkward.
Okay. So how do you feel about the safety of the power outage?
In my room, the emergency lights that were supposed to turn on didn't turn on this last time. So I felt really responsible.
Yes, I think having a kit would be a good idea with some other activities that you could do that you didn't need power for, you don't need computers for. And then also supplies like flashlights and other things like that. That's definitely a good idea.
Do you think having power outages kits are a good idea?
Absolutely. One of the things, I don't think we don't have very good flashlights here in the building. And so any way to see so that students can go to the restroom, things like that is always a plus.
Okay. Can lunch be ambitioned? Kids should be sent home.
Not all of lunch. How do you feel about the power outage when you had nothing to do?
Kinda mad because I have nothing to do, and also I want to get started on schoolwork.
I feel bored. Yeah, I feel bored.
To have emergency lights that came on consistently.
Yeah. Sure. How do you feel about getting a plan for when the power goes out?
I think a plan is long overdue, and I'm glad you guys are working on this.
And what have your past power outage experiences been like?
We have just continued in the dark because I have to keep the class moving, otherwise it erupts into chaos. So that might be singing in the dark, it might be playing the pianos in the dark with no sound, and I just tell them, like, it doesn't matter if you can't hear it, you have to imagine the sound. Just anything to keep the class moving. Sometimes some group activities, but we stay busy.
When you can't see in the classroom, what do you do now?
When I can't see in the classroom, what do I do now?
Like, what do you do when you can't see in the classroom?
So I think that was, you kind of answered that with.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of equipment do you think you need?
Just a light above my door that's really bright and will shine enough light that we can keep going. I mean, more light the better. So if there's a possibility to have several emergency lights, I'm all about that. Yeah.
Do you think that it'd be like a good idea to go somewhere else that has lights and like try and continue class there?
Yeah, I'd be open to do that as well. Sometimes we did go in the hallway and just use a piano in the hallway. That's part of the reason I have a piano in the hallway now, is so that we could do that. But the problem is if band also needs to be in the hallway, then we have to share the space.
Yeah.
So it's either I'm in the hallway or Alicia's in the hallway.
So like having a dedicated place to go, like,
Like
Yeah.
a place that is.
like just for like,
Yeah, the problem is I need at least a piano
yeah.
Yeah.
to be able to leave my room.
Is there any other concerns you'd like to add?
No, it sounds like you guys are taking care of this problem, thank you.
Thank you for the.
During the power outage.
A light, an emergency light that works would be super awesome.
And then, how do you feel about getting a
What
plan?
would you be, what would be helpful during a power outage?
During a power outage, I think flashlights or some lanterns would be really helpful, so, kids can still see, so even if we can't use our computers, or the Promethean board, they can still see to do maybe some book work or read their books.
How do you feel about a plan?
I think a plan would be really helpful. It would help everybody feel more secure and safe. And that way people would know what they should do.
I think.
What do you do if the teachers call it during the
Well, luckily for me, our teachers are awesome and they don't panic during a power outage. But if they did, I would need to do my best to make sure I calmed them down and got them what they need, because sometimes teachers need help too.
Really helpful.
But our teachers are awesome.